in Denver, at 19-point comeback.
They had the red-eye game.
Man, that was tough. I mean, it's tough on the West Coast. Anthony Edwards with 30 and 10. Julius Randle finishes with 24. Jokic had 24, 8 of 20, however, from the field. Jamal Murray had 30. These are some big lines, big stats. But the game of the night, it ended at 1:25 a.m. East Coast time. Unacceptable. The comeback from 19 down, that alone is crazy. Game 2 in Denver. This feels, I know, Chandler, we said a lot of us were like, this probably is the series maybe most are looking forward to. Feels like a 7-gamer.
Yeah, this series and the series that we just talked about, I think that has the capability of going 6, if not 7 games. And this last night, this was a heavyweight fight. Like, it was just back and forth, like so many big-time plays, so much physicality. I do have a little bone to pick with the referees and the officiating where they have to be consistent. And this game especially, I know there's a little history here.
Brothers.
I know there's like, it's chippy, but you can't just make up when and where you want to like blow the whistle and be so inconsistent, because then it's impossible to know how you can defend. And this game, again, the way the Timberwolves turned on the defense at the end of the game, fighting over screens, blowing up pick and rolls, like that to me was why they won the game. They brought the fight to them, and it was back and forth again. This game was, we always talk about playoff basketball and the atmosphere like this. Watch this game and tell me that this intensity and this wasn't different than the other 82 games you just watched the last couple of months. So this game was awesome. And again, Anthony Edwards, I said 2 days ago that he didn't look like himself. He's banged up. I'm not worried anymore. 24 hours later, like he is back, and he's going to get some time to go back home. And again, now all the momentum.
Oh my God,
insane.
That's fun.
Now all the momentum goes back to the Minnesota Timberwolves at home. You know that place is going to be rocking. Like, this series is awesome, and I'm glad we get to watch it.
Now look, I want y'all to just look at these highlights.
These are fun, huh?
Like this was Minnesota last night, and I think Denver got intoxicated by jump shots. Last night in that fourth quarter, Jamal Murray especially, he was making a bunch of shots, and he's a tough shot maker. I think he just got too comfortable with settling for jump shots, settling for the mid-range. When you had a Minnesota team that was constantly pushing the ball and getting to the rim and attacking the rim. You know, I looked at Naz Reid. He was attacking the rim. Jaden McDaniels was attacking the rim. He was keeping the ball alive with second chance points on the offensive glass. DiVincenzo, hustle plays, making sure they're getting second opportunities. When he getting the ball, he was the one that was shooting the long, deep range threes. Then you had Ant Edwards. Every single highlight we just made, that we just showed, he's putting his head down. He's getting to the basket, he's attacking, and he's putting all the pressure on the defense. It was the tale of two teams. I thought Jokic took too long to get involved in this game because of Jamal Murray. I think Murray had it going early, and Jokic kind of was just setting the table, being a facilitator, making sure that he got the ball, and then tried to get into the flow of the game. And I think it was just too late. After that, I think the game had passed him by. I know he had a 14 to 16 point third quarter, but
did
again,
you see the fourth? He and Murray 2 and 19.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. This is a rhythm game. When you wait so long to get involved in this game, and then once you're ready to be aggressive on the offensive end, and the game is already in the flow and it's passed you by, it's hard to catch up with it. And it showed in that fourth quarter by those guys being 2 and 19 collectively. But again, a lot of those were even still 18 feet away from the basket and beyond, just shooting long shot after long shot and allowing the Minnesota Timberwolves to run out and attack you.
Yeah, even the last shot of the game, like, I hated that long two. they needed a 3, and he took a 19-foot 2-point. Like, it didn't make any sense. If anything, I thought the Timberwolves was going to foul, which that was, each team has a different philosophy there, but you got to play faster. You got to get either downhill, get the free throw line, or you got to shoot the 3 there. They wasted too much time there at the end of the game.
Well, why foul when you force them into the line?
And they haven't made a shot in a long time either, so don't let them even go to the free throw line. But 21 points in the fourth quarter for them, not enough.
That's insane a little bit. That's what you guys saw on the offense. Well, guess what? Friend of the show, Jaden McDaniels, he's going to share what he thought worked for Minnesota.
He's been giving them a lot this time.
He corrupted this dude.
Go out for Jokic, Jamal, all the bad defenders. Tim Hardaway, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, the whole team. Like, just go at them.
They're all bad defenders.
Yeah, they're all bad defenders.
Well,
and like looking all Darth Vader.
Well,
like,
the reporter going, they're all bad. He goes, they're all bad.
And
you know what? And if he's talking about defense, and if anybody that's qualified in this series to talk about how somebody plays defense is going to be Jaden McDaniels. He's stood up to it and he's owning it. He put an address on it. Attack all of the bad defenders. Even if they are good defenders, he's saying that we're more athletic than them. We're still finished. I like the confidence, and even if they're gonna take some type of motivation from this, they got a guard. You can't outscore them in this conversation. You still got to sit down and guard these guys. And I think they got a lot of good production out of everybody. Like I just mentioned, DiVincenzo was great. Naz Reid was great. Bones Highland came in, made a couple of big shots for him. And Jaden McDaniels, he was on the rim. All of those guys having an impact, hate it or not. He was telling the truth in this particular game.
Yeah, I would say that they're not a great defensive team. They're a bottom 10 defensive team all season long, and it's not really what they do. They're an offensive juggernaut, and they can score the ball in many different ways. So they are going to test Minnesota on that level where they are a good defensive team. And like we saw in the fourth quarter, in the end of the game, Minnesota was more physical. Like they were unreal, blowing stuff up. Like that. This is how it's going to be. This is a really good defensive team against a really good offensive team, and no one's giving in. So I love it.
Naming them
if I'm
wild.
Chris Finch too, knowing Chris Finch, I think Chris Finch kind of loves it too. Like
so does Ant.
most coaches would be like, don't say that, don't poke the bear. This is Jokic or like whatever. I don't think Chris Finch has any problem with this.
When you call out guys as being bad defenders, this is the one argument that somebody has to show you.
Yeah, it's not like they can hear this and start blocking up now. Like this.
Exactly. It's gonna be what it is. The only way that you can deal with this problem is to change the narrative around your names, and he doesn't think that they can.
It's a great soundbite.
Yeah.
I love a good soundbite. Ant Edwards also flying around last night. I'm sure he appreciates the candid honesty here as well, but he did talk about his motivation. Here he is.
I'm just trying to, I just be watching Dwayne Wade clips. He was beat at the rim, so I just be trying to beat at the rim, that's all. Like, people come in the rim, if Rudy ain't down there, I'm trying to beat that. I don't care who it is. So if you come down there and you see Fever down there, I'm going up.
So you're not thinking about...
I don't give a damn. I'm trying to beat
You know what I like
Even
the most?
without
The tale
sound, I
of
love
two
that.
teammates. One guy has a collar shirt and a tie on, and the other with a tank top and a hat. I love it. West Side.
Imagine you're in a
I'm
bar with
down
no
for it.
sound. That's
You know what I love?
love it.
I love that he somehow threw a little compliment into Rudy Gobert there,
He did.
who's been just getting murdered the last
did a
couple
lot.
of years. Like he's been getting shit on.
I love
He
it.
says as long as Rudy's not down there, like he's going at them, and he should. And again, this isn't the strongest defensive team. There's not really shot blockers at the rim for them. Like he's got to keep going downhill. He's the most athletic guy in this series. Him and McDaniels and Julius Randle, again, these are tough matchups for Denver, so they can definitely expose them on the defensive end and make things really difficult for them. If the Nuggets don't score 120, 130 points, they're going to have a really tough time winning this series.
By the way, I love the historian. He's watching D-Wade highlights, like just to kind of see what's up. That visual, that's going to stick with me all day, and I'm very happy about it. Can we talk Rudy Gobert?
Please.
Rudy Gobert gets a lot of sort of punchliney stuff, but last night was not the night to make fun of Rudy Gobert. Like we mentioned, Joker had 2 points in the fourth quarter. He was big, all part of that, by the way. A lot of doubters out there about Rudy Gobert. Even his own coach was adamant afterwards that he wasn't a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year and said that was absolutely ridiculous. Let's give some love to Gobert, guys.
Him and Jaden McDaniels, I think they're spectacular. But speaking of Rudy Gobert and what he's doing, just in particular against Jokic this series, listen, we know how good Jokic is. He's going to figure it out. He's still going to get his numbers come the end of this series. And there's no stopping Jokic. But Rudy Gobert is making it difficult. He's being physical with him. I feel like he's making him settle for these long threes, which he's shooting 21.4% from the 3-point line in this series. And when he went out last night in foul trouble, they kind of had a decision. Do we put Julius Randle on? Do we put Naz Reid on? Do we put Jaden McDaniels on him in trap? And kind of Jokic was picking the defense apart and playing at his own pace. Then Rudy Gobert comes back in, and he's inefficient. His length is giving him trouble. So we talk about him a lot offensively. It's not his thing. But defensively, there is no denying what he does and his impact on this team. His teammates support him. You always hear Jaden and Ant kind of speak volumes of him, how comforting it is just having him behind him. And it's showing in this series, just matching up with arguably the best player in the game and making it really, really difficult for him.
Well, what you just said, though, is impact. Because if you look at the stat sheet, you're probably going to say, well, he didn't really do much. He only had 7 points, 7 rebounds. He had 2 steals.
2.7 rebounds.
2 points. Yes, 2 points. My bad. And he was a -4 on the plus-minus. So if you look at that stat line, you'll probably say that Rudy Gobert didn't really do much in this basketball game. But when you talk about impact, just being aggressive, making it tough for a guy, changing shots at the rim, and being somebody that teams know that we can't go in the lane and finish over this guy. So we got to settle for long jump shots. And if you You force guys into a box where they shoot 2 for 19 in the fourth quarter because they're shooting a bunch of jump shots. That's where your impact comes in. So, like I said, if you watch that box score, you might not give Rudy Gobert props, but if you're watching this in real time, you're seeing the tremendous impact that he had on the defensive end for this team.
Those 27 minutes of just his altering shots and his existence on the defensive end might not show in the box score like Lou's saying, but the impact and the trust and the confidence that this defense has to fight over those screens, to be aggressive and get into passing lanes, it's because he's behind them.
Can I ask a question? Like a genuine, it might be dumb, but a guy like Rudy Gobert, right? Defensively, there's nothing you would change. But he's been in the league for a really long time. Can't you work on shots that, and like get one that's yours,
offensively?
maybe? Yeah.
No.
Like, there's nothing, you can't make that a
He
thing?
doesn't really have it.
No, it don't work like that.
Really?
And look at this team.
You were just born with it
you
or
can,
not?
Look at this
you
team
can
with-
work on whatever you want to work on. That doesn't mean that we're going to give you the ball enough for it to show.
But if you work
You know
on
what
it
I would
long
work
enough-
on about just like free throws, like or like
Something
maybe
like that,
just
like a
catch,
basic?
hook, like something. But I'm sure he does that. Like he's not. I'm sure he's not just sitting there doing
I've
defensive
just
slides.
wondered that always. Like, how
He just doesn't have that touch and skill like an offensive-minded player. But think about that. He's
kinda crazy.
and he's still impactful
Oh,
without
no.
even doing half the ball.
No, he is.
And his one field goal last night, he put it on Jokic's head too.
Well, he was brought in. Remember, they made this team, this Minnesota team, literally to beat Denver. Like this was the game plan when they put this thing together. I don't even know if you can pick one, guys. Leo, is there another guy besides Ant on this Minnesota team that has to be the guy for them to succeed in these playoffs?
It's a few of them. But if I want to highlight one person, I'm going to highlight DiVincenzo.
Okay.
Just the hustle plays that he made last night, diving into the crowd, offensive rebounds, being energetic, giving them opportunity after opportunity to put points on the board, and what he did on the defensive end. Like, I just watched that game from him last night, and we're going to talk about Ant Edwards, we'll talk about Julius Randle, but DiVincenzo was the guy that was making play after play when they were leaking a little bit and they needed something. He hit a deep three that was needed when they were down about 14 points or so, and he cut it to 11, and from there they were able to start putting a run together. Like, he just made all of the small plays that I think is necessary, like a great glue guy for this team.
You think New York misses him?
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude,
And by the way,
absolutely.
when I look at this team, like Lou just said, there's so many different X factors, and obviously Anthony Edwards, we know what he's going to do, and I love Julius Randle. I think Jay McDaniels is probably their second most valuable player just because what he does on both sides of the ball. To me, it's Naz Reid. And think about it, his name before, like this guy, he can go small. They're going to go small a lot with him if Rudy's in foul trouble, or if Jokic can kind of start figuring this out and have more, efficiency against Rudy. But this is a guy who can go and get you 30 points in game 3 and can stretch the floor and can make Jokic also guard in a different setting instead of just kind of hiding on Rudy Gobert. Now all of a sudden you have to guard a lot of action with Naz Reid in it at the small ball 5. So I think he could really put Denver even more of a bind.
I was today years old when I realized, because I'm looking at this stat sheet, DiVincenzo on the stat sheet has 0 offensive rebounds, but I watched him tap out at least 3 or 4. I thought those were offensive rebounds.
We need to count those. Or make them
That's what I'm
something else.
saying. You need to count those
Yeah,
because he kept 3 or 4 possessions alive just by tapping the ball out to somebody
We
on
have
his
another
team.
change for the league to look into
There
in
you
the
go.
offseason. There you go. One more thing for your list. Guys, got to take a quick break. There was another game last night. We'll get a little bit sad.
Cavs won next.
Well, all right then. We're still going to talk about it. Break.
Running back.